Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of specific first the 1966 Elizabeth II threepence. This little gem has caught the attention of collectors worldwide. But just how valuable is it today? Stick around to find out. First, let's take a look at this iconic coin. Struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the 1966 threepence coin stands out with its brass composition and a design that many collectors adore. The threepence, or threepence as it's sometimes called, was a staple of British currency for centuries. By 1966, this coin was already nearing the end of its run, as decimalization was around the corner in 1971. Made of nickel brass, the 1966 version weighs 6.8 grams and features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, designed by Mary Gillick. The reverse showcases a crowned Tudor portcullis, symbolizing British heritage. So what does fine condition mean? In coin collecting, fine refers to a coin that has moderate wear but still retains its key details. The coin may show wear on the highest points, but the overall design remains intact. It's definitely not mint, but it's far from being a junk coin. A 1966 threepence in fine condition will show slight smoothing on Queen Elizabeth's hair, and the details of the portcullis on the reverse may be a little faint, but overall, the coin should still look quite presentable. In fine condition, the value of this coin can range from $1 to $3 USD. While this may not seem like much, remember condition is everything. Coins in better conditions, like very fine or extremely fine, can fetch a higher price. And if you manage to find one in uncirculated or near uncirculated condition, you're looking at anywhere from $10 to $20 or more. The key here is rarity in high grades. While the 1966 threepence was mass-produced, finding one in top-notch condition can still make you a nice profit. And who knows, with the growing interest in Queen Elizabeth II coins after her passing, prices could rise in the near future. So, should you rush to sell your 1966 threepence right now? Maybe not just yet. If you have one in fine condition, it's a neat piece of history that could become more valuable over time. For those of you who are actively hunting for these coins, make sure you're paying attention to the condition and any potential rarity factors. First, the ultra-rare UK 2 new pence from 1981. First, a bit of background. The UK introduced the decimal system in 1971, phasing out old pre-decimal coinage and ushering in a new set of coins that included the 2 new pence. Between 1971 and 1981, the phrase new pence appeared on the reverse side of the coin. This small detail is key to understanding the value of our 1981 coin. Furthermore, 1981 marked a transitional year as the Royal Mint prepared to change the wording from new pence to 2 pence, adding to its historical significance. But here's where things get even more interesting. Certain 1981 2 new pence coins come in a brownish copper shade instead of the more common red-toned copper we're used to seeing. This shade variation can add to the coin's rarity and desirability among collectors. Now, let's talk about condition. When evaluating any rare coin, its condition plays a major role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with mint state 70 being a flawless, uncirculated coin. For a 1981 2 new pence in good condition, say, graded around MS60 or higher, you're looking at significant value increases. Coins in lesser condition, such as those that have been circulated heavily or show signs of wear, will be worth less. However, even a well-preserved circulated coin can still hold substantial value because of its rarity, especially if it features that brown copper shade. So, how much can you expect to get for one of these ultra-rare 1981 2 new pence coins in today's market? While prices can fluctuate depending on demand, condition, and shade, a 1981 2 new pence in good condition with the brownish shade can fetch anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000. In some instances, exceptionally rare or well-preserved specimens have sold for even higher amounts. Numismatic auctions or specialist dealers are often the best places to list a coin like this to get the highest value. There are a few key factors that can affect the value of your 1981 2 new pence. First, rarity, specifically, how many of these coins are available in good condition. Second, condition plays a crucial role, as we've already discussed. Third, that unique brown copper shade we mentioned earlier can make your coin more desirable. Lastly, market demand can shift over time. If there's high interest in British coins or specific historical pieces, prices can spike. Conversely, if the market cools off, values might dip slightly. But one thing's for sure, the 1981 new pence remains a sought-after piece. If you're lucky enough to own one of these coins, here are a few tips. First, handle your coin carefully. Avoid touching it with your bare hands instead. Use gloves to prevent oils from damaging the surface. Second, store it in a protective case to avoid further wear and tear. When it comes to selling, you have options. You can list it on auction sites like eBay, but for a coin of this value, it might be better to approach a reputable coin dealer or auction house that specializes in rare British coins. They can help ensure you get the best possible price. Next up, the 1960 Elizabeth II threepence coin. But this one has a twist, it's damaged. So how does that affect its value in today's market? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the obverse of this coin. On this side, we see the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Unfortunately, this specific coin has visible damage which can greatly affect its market price. The 1960 threepence coin was minted during Queen Elizabeth II's reign and is made from a nickel-brass alloy. Normally, a 1960 threepence in mint or excellent condition could fetch anywhere between $2 to $10, depending on demand and rarity. But what happens when the coin is damaged? Damaged coins are graded much lower than their pristine counterparts. However, some rare coins, even when damaged, still hold significant value if they have a historical or unique error. In the case of the 1960 Elizabeth II threepence, a coin in poor or damaged condition might be worth around $1 to $3, depending on the extent of the damage. This price can fluctuate based on the rarity of the coin and the interest among collectors. The value may also depend on the type of damage. Is it just surface wear, or does it have a minting error, such as a misstrike or die crack? Mint errors can sometimes make even damaged coins highly collectible. On the current market, damaged 1960 threepence coins have been seen selling for as low as $0.50, but in some cases they've gone for as high as $5, especially if there's something particularly unique about the damage. So, if you have a damaged 1960 Elizabeth II threepence, it's still worth hanging on to. You might not get rich, but it could hold a modest value, especially among niche collectors. Next up, the UK 2 new pence coin from 1971, the brown shade. We'll be taking a look at its history, what makes it rare, and its potential value. First, let's talk a little bit about the history of this coin. The 2 new pence coin was introduced in 1971 as part of the UK's transition to a decimal currency system. Prior to this, the UK used the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. The decimalisation brought in coins like the 1, 2, and 5 pence, which would replace the old pennies and halfpennies. Now, the 2 new pence coin from 1971 is a common coin overall, as it was part of the first batch of decimal currency. However, certain features can make specific coins more valuable. One such feature is the brown shade seen in some of these coins. This coloration can occur due to how the copper-nickel mix aged or was stored over time. So, what exactly makes this coin ultra-rare? While millions of 2 new pence coins were minted in 1971, coins that have developed a distinct brownish patina or shade due to oxidization and wear are highly sought after by collectors. In fine condition, the coin shows clear details, but the brown hue adds to its character and uniqueness. Collectors often look for coins with a special appearance, and this brown shade, combined with the coin's age and rarity in fine condition, can make it more desirable. Fine condition means the coin has seen some circulation, but most of its original details are still intact, an important factor in determining its value. Alright, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. What's the value of this ultra-rare 1971 new pence coin in today's market, especially if you've got one in fine condition with that rare brown shade? As of today, the value of a 1971 new pence coin in fine condition with a brown patina can range between $10,000 to $50,000, depending on the buyer, market demand, and overall condition of the coin. That's quite a leap from its face value. But in the world of coin collecting, small variations like color, wear, and rarity can add a lot of value. In recent years, some collectors have even paid a bit more, especially if the brown shade gives the coin a particularly unique or aesthetic look. However, it's important to note that values can fluctuate depending on demand, the specific market, and how many collectors are searching for this variant. Before we wrap up, here are some quick tips if you think you've got a rare 2 new pence coin in your collection. First, always check the condition of your coin. The clearer the details, the better the value. Second, keep an eye on that brown patina. You don't want to over-clean the coin and remove what makes it special. Next up, the most valuable rare 1967 Elizabeth II threepence coin with a damaged reverse side. This small yet historical coin can still have value, even with damage, and you might be surprised by how much it can fetch in today's market. Let's get started. The 1967 Elizabeth II threepence was the last year these coins were minted for circulation in the UK. It features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, while the reverse side has the iconic design of a portcullis with chains, a symbol associated with the British Parliament. So what makes this coin special? It's all about rarity and condition. A threepence from 1967 in perfect condition typically won't be worth much, but when the reverse side has unique damage, whether it's from a minting error, unusual wear, or even environmental factors, collectors start paying attention. Collectors categorize damage in different ways, from slight scratches to severe warping. In this case, damage on the reverse side could make a common coin unique. Damaged or error coins, like these, are often in demand because they're seen as one of a kind, and their value can be much higher than a typical circulated piece. Now, the big question: what is a rare, damaged 1967 threepence coin worth in today's market? While the exact value depends on the nature of the damage and the coin's overall condition, collectors are willing to pay anywhere from $10 to $100 or more for these coins, depending on how unique the damage is. The best way to assess the value of your coin is to look at auction sites, coin shops, and collectors' forums. These coins can sometimes sell for surprisingly high prices, especially if you catch the attention of the right buyer. So, if you've got a 1967 Elizabeth II threepence with some reverse side damage, don't toss it aside. It could be more valuable than you think. Always do your research and, if possible, get a professional appraisal to determine its true market value. Next up, the ultra-rare UK 2 new pence from 1989 in extra fine condition and in that distinct brown shade. Now, this isn't your average copper 2 pence coin that you might find in your pocket change. This particular version is something that could turn a few heads in the numismatic world. If you've been searching for information about this rare coin, you've come to the right place. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this coin is so special and how much collectors are willing to pay for it right now. First, let's go back in time for a quick history lesson on the 2 new pence coin. The 2 pence coin was first introduced in the UK in 1971 as part of the decimalisation of British currency. From 1971 to 1981, the phrase on the coin read new pence, but from 1982 onwards, the text was changed to 2 pence as part of the ongoing modernisation of the coinage. So what makes the 1989 2 new pence so interesting? Well, after the change to 2 pence in 1982, coins minted afterward were expected to use the updated inscription. However, a small number of 1989 coins still carried the old new pence text. These coins weren't intended for circulation, which is what makes them so rare. Now, you're probably wondering, what exactly should you be looking for if you think you have one of these coins? There are a few key things that make this coin incredibly valuable, especially in today's market. First, you'll want to check the date. The coin must be from 1989, that's the year this particular error occurred. Secondly, the text on the reverse side should say new pence instead of the standard 2 pence. That's the big giveaway that you've got something special. And finally, the coin's condition is incredibly important. Today, we're focusing on the value of this coin in extra fine condition. This means the coin should show only slight signs of wear on the highest points and still have most of its original mint luster. If your coin has a distinct brown shade, that's also a key factor for collectors. This could be due to natural toning over time, which is seen as an attractive feature by many numismatists. Well, the Royal Mint didn't intend to release any coins with the new pence text after 1982, but a small batch somehow slipped through the cracks. Some theories suggest that these coins may have been prepared for special proof sets or trial runs that were never meant to enter circulation. Regardless of how they got out, The result is the same, an ultra-rare coin that's become a highly sought-after piece for collectors. Alright, now to the moment you've all been waiting for. What's the value of this ultra-rare 1989 UK2 new Pence coin in extra fine condition, and specifically in that brown shade, in today's market? Well, as with any rare collectible, the value can fluctuate depending on demand, auction results, and the overall condition of the coin. As of 2024, the market for rare British coins has been heating up. Ultra-rare coins like this have sold at auction for impressive amounts. For a 1989 new Pence coin in extra fine condition, you're looking at a price range anywhere between $500 to $200,000, depending on the specific shade of brown, toning, and level of detail visible on the coin. That's right, something that might have been rattling around in an old coin jar for years could now be worth over $1,000 to the right collector. Keep in mind that coins with less wear, better toning, and those sold through reputable auction houses tend to fetch the higher end of that range. That depends on your goals. Rare coin prices can increase over time, especially for coins with historical significance or ones that have a very limited number in existence. If you want to sell, make sure to go through a trusted numismatist or auction house. Authenticating the coin is critical. If you've got the real deal, having it certified by a professional grading service can add value and peace of mind for both you and potential buyers. On the flip side, if you're a collector and want to invest in rare coins, now might be a great time to snatch up some of these ultra-rare new Pence coins before prices rise even further. With the coin market growing in popularity, who knows how much these could be worth in the coming years? Well, there you have it. The ultra-rare 1989 UK2 new Pence coin, a small coin with a big value. Whether you're a collector or someone who's recently discovered one in a drawer, it's an exciting time to be involved in the coin world. Next up, the 1956 threepence. This small yet significant piece of history could be sitting in your collection, and in fine condition, it could be worth more than you'd expect in today's market. Let's start with the design. The 1956 threepence, also known as the threepence, features the iconic crowned portcullis on the reverse, symbolizing the Parliament of the United Kingdom. On the obverse, we have a young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who had been on the throne for just a few years at the time. This coin is part of the pre-decimal British currency, which means it was valued at 1/80th of a pound. But what makes this coin truly valuable in today's market? Well, first of all, 1956 is not considered a low mintage year, but certain factors can still drive up its value. Condition is key, and coins in fine condition, meaning they show slight wear but retain clear details, are sought after by collectors. In fine condition, a 1956 Elizabeth II threepence coin can fetch between $10 to $25 in today's market. While it may not be in the top tier of valuable coins, its rarity in high grades or mint condition can push the price even higher, particularly at auctions. However, it's worth noting that factors such as demand, rarity in a particular region, and fluctuations in the coin collecting market can impact these values. For those who have the coin in mint or near mint condition, prices can jump to $50 or more, depending on where you sell it and the interest it generates. As you can see, condition really does make a huge difference. For collectors, it's important to carefully inspect your coins for any wear and tear, as this will affect how much you can potentially sell them for. For fine condition coins, slight wear is expected, but details like the crown and portcullis should still be quite clear. Want to protect the value of your coins? Proper storage is essential. Keep them in a cool, dry place, ideally in a coin album or protective case to prevent further wear. So, there you have it, the story behind the 1956 Elizabeth II threepence in fine condition. While it may not make you a millionaire, it's a beautiful piece of numismatic history that's steadily growing in value. If you have one in your collection, be sure to hang on to it. Next up, the most intriguing coins ever minted in the UK, the ultra-rare 1971 UK2 new Pence coin. Before we dive into the value, let's quickly go over the history of the two new Pence coin. The year 1971 was a significant moment for British currency. It marked the transition to decimalisation, where the old system of pounds, shillings and pence was replaced by a simpler decimal system. The 2 new pence coin was part of this new wave of currency and was the first coin with the new pence inscription, which lasted until 1982. Back then, it was just a standard coin for everyday use, but over time, certain minting errors and low mintage issues made some versions of this coin extremely valuable. Even if you come across one that's dirty or well-worn, it still might hold incredible value. So what exactly makes some 1971 2 new pence coins ultra-rare? Let me explain. While most of these coins were produced in mass quantities, there are specific variations and mint errors that make certain ones highly sought after. For example, the most valuable version is often the mule coin, which is an error coin that was mistakenly minted with a mismatched die or an incorrect design. However, even without the error, if your 1971 coin is in a certain condition, or if it has some historical relevance, it can still fetch a high price in today's market. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the value of your 1971 2 new pence coin. Even in a dirty, unpolished or circulated condition, this coin can still surprise you. The actual value depends on several factors, such as its rarity, demand, and condition. Coins in poor or dirty condition are often worth $5,000 to $20,000 on online marketplaces. But, and this is a big, but if the coin is rare, such as a proof coin or has a significant error like the mule coin I mentioned earlier, it can go up dramatically in value. We're talking anywhere from $200 to $1,000, depending on its uniqueness. Instead, look for any errors, mint marks, or other unique features. If you're unsure, taking it to a local coin dealer or having it graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS can give you an exact idea of its worth. Once you've identified the value of your coin, the next question is, where can you sell it? There are several options available. You can list it on eBay, where rare coin collectors are constantly searching for these hidden gems. Alternatively, you can sell it at a coin auction, or even take it to a specialist numismatist. Next up, the 1955 threepence. If you own one, especially in very fine condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Let's explore why this coin is so special and how much it could be worth in today's market. The threepence, or threepence as it was popularly known, has been part of British currency for centuries, but in 1955, something quite special happened. Queen Elizabeth II had just ascended to the throne, and this year marked one of the last times the brass threepence would be produced before it was phased out. As the economy and coinage evolved, these coins became increasingly rare. The 1955 Elizabeth II threepence features a young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick. The reverse displays a Tudor rose, which was designed by William Gardner. Struck in brass, the coin weighs 6.8 grams and has a diameter of 21 millimeters. While it was intended as everyday currency, it's now a highly collectible item. What makes this coin so valuable? The 1955 threepence was minted in relatively small numbers compared to earlier years, and as a result, few of them survived in good condition. Coins from this era were often heavily circulated, making higher quality examples, like those in very fine condition, harder to come by. So what is the value of this coin in today's market? In very fine condition, a 1955 Elizabeth II threepence can fetch between $50 to $100, depending on its exact condition and the buyer's interest. However, if you find one in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, its value can rise to as much as $300 or more. When determining a coin's value, the grading of its condition is key. Very fine coins show minimal wear on the high points, with most details clearly visible. If you're unsure about your coin's grade, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. If you're lucky enough to own a 1955 Elizabeth II threepence, it's worth holding on to, especially as demand for rare British coins continues to grow. Whether you're looking to sell or add one to your collection, always do your research and consult with trusted dealers. Next up, the ultra-rare 2005 UK 2 new pence coin. We'll be diving into what makes this. Now, before we get into the specific value, let's talk about what makes the 2005 2 new pence coin stand out. You may be wondering, wait, isn't 2 pence a common coin? Well, yes and no. While 2 pence coins are generally common, this particular 2005 edition is incredibly rare due to a couple of unique factors. The 2 new pence coins were part of UK coinage from 1971 when decimalization was introduced, But here's the catch: the phrase new pence was only used until 1981. After that, the coins were marked with just 2 pence. So, why did a 2005 coin have the new pence inscription? It turns out that a small batch of coins, including the 2005 new pence, was struck by mistake using old dies that still had the new pence inscription. This was a minting error, and only a few of these coins made it into circulation. Another feature that sets this coin apart is its color. Most UK pennies and 2 pence coins are bright, coppery red when minted. But over time, depending on exposure to the environment, they can develop a brownish hue. The 2005 new pence in a good brown shade is considered even rarer and more desirable by collectors. Alright, so how much is this 2005 UK 2 new pence coin with the rare new pence error and a good brown shade worth in today's market? Well, that depends on several factors, including condition, rarity, and demand. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in good condition with a distinctive brown shade, it could be worth anywhere from $500 to $1,500 in today's market. The exact price can fluctuate depending on where it's being sold, whether at auction, through a dealer, or online platforms like eBay. Coins in pristine, almost mint condition could fetch an even higher price. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rarities, with recent auctions showing bids upwards of $2,000. There you have it, the ultra-rare 2005 UK 2 new pence coin, and why it's such a valuable piece of numismatic history. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you could be holding on to a small fortune. As always, make sure you get your coins authenticated and appraised by professionals before selling. Next up, the Elizabeth II 1963 threepence coin in extra fine condition, but there's a catch: the reverse side is damaged. So what's this coin worth in today's market? The 1963 threepence features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick. This coin was part of the pre-decimal system in the UK, and while it might not seem like much, collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins in great condition. Even though the coin is in extra fine condition, the damage on the reverse side significantly affects its market value. Normally, a 1963 threepence in XF condition could fetch around $10 to $30, depending on the collector and the demand. However, because of the damage, you might be looking at a reduced value closer to $5 to $10. Coin collectors prize condition and damage to the reverse, even on a coin that's otherwise in excellent shape, lowers its desirability. If you come across a damaged coin, don't dismiss it right away. Some collectors specialize in damaged or error coins. Always have your coins appraised by an expert if you think they're valuable. Next up, British coinage, and discussing the rare and valuable Elizabeth II 1962 threepence coin. Could a simple threepence be worth much more than you think? Let's find out. First, let's take a closer look at this beautiful coin. The 1962 Elizabeth II threepence features the young Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, designed by Mary Gillick, with a crown portcullis design on the reverse, symbolizing Britain's history and connection to trade. So, what makes this particular coin so interesting? The 1962 threepence was minted in relatively large quantities. However, some collectors are willing to pay higher prices for coins that are in especially good condition or possess certain desirable traits, such as a rare minting error. Now, let's focus on coins in fine condition. In coin grading, fine means the coin shows moderate wear but still retains most of its design features clearly. While this condition isn't as pristine as mint state or uncirculated, it still holds value for collectors who may be looking to complete their collection without breaking the bank. In today's market, a 1962 threepence in fine condition typically fetches between $0.50 and $3 USD. That might not sound like much, but for such a common coin, it can still hold some appeal to budget-conscious collectors or those seeking a piece of mid-20th century British history. However, if you happen to own a 1962 threepence with a notable mint error or in near-perfect condition, that's when things get exciting. Some error coins can sell for significantly higher prices, depending on rarity and demand. So, while the standard 1962 Elizabeth II threepence in fine condition won't make you rich, it's a small yet fascinating part of British numismatic history. And who knows, your pocket change could hold a hidden treasure with a little research. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you in the next video.